Right, so in today's video it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Insta360 X5's zoom-in feature. Now you'll notice I've got the X5 on the free-framing selfie stick, and that makes life a lot more easier when you zoom in. And as you'll see, you've got a scroll wheel here on the free-framing selfie stick, and that makes life a lot more easier whilst zooming in and out. Now you can zoom without the free-framing selfie stick on the X5. You'll just have to tap the screen and then a slide bar comes up where you'll be able to slide backwards and forwards, and that's where you zoom in and out. But it's a lot more easier with the free-framing selfie stick wheel. And if you're interested in the free-framing selfie stick for the X5, I've done an in-depth video there. I'll leave it on the end screen, really showing you how to use it and sync it up to the X5. And as you can see, we've got triggers and buttons all over this, and I really do go in depth in that tutorial video, which I'm going to put on the end screen for you if you're interested in buying it. So in today's video, I'm going to go around, find some subjects to zoom in and out of to really test out how decent that zoom is on the X5. And if you follow my channel, you know I've done lots of zooming videos there through all my action cameras, drones and DSLRs. So I really like to get in there and see if they're really usable whilst zooming. Now I've proved on the Action 5 Pro and the Action 4 there that zoom in is just not usable. Even when you're in 4K, you've got a little scroll wheel and you just scroll around like that on the interface. And it's very steppy, and as you get past, I'd say 1.5 times, the picture just falls to pieces and becomes really unusable. So I'm hoping whilst in 4K today with the X5, it's going to be a lot more clearer and usable. It's just a shame we don't get that 8K option to zoom, because then it would be a lot more usable than the 4K. But stick around, because we're really going to drill into it today to see what it's capable of. And whatever happens, I'll be leaving it in because it's real world testing. So if it looks really grainy and unusable, it's going to be left in. And that way we can really see how usable it is. So from here on out, all the footage you're going to see is going to be from the X5 whilst I'm vlogging amongst doing those zooming clips. And what's great about this, we can extend it to around 30 centimeters, and it also angles back. So in this position, it's going to be really great for vlogging, because if that didn't angle like that, I'd just be there, and then you've got to keep it, which is obviously a lot closer. But now I've got it where I can angle it, I'll be able to hold that just like I do when I'm vlogging with normal action cameras. So now I'm going to go around and find some subjects to zoom in and out of to really test out the zooming feature with the X5. Here we go. Right, so now you're viewing the footage from the X5, and I'm on that free-framing selfie stick, around 30-40 centimeters away, with it angled backwards. And all the footage you're going to see today from the X5 is going to be in 4K 30 automatic mode straight out the box. Yet again, a lot of people like to see that. And also I've done plenty of things there in manual and also with ND filters, if you also like that style as well. So the first subject for today, I'll stand around 2 meters away, zoom in, zoom all the way in and all the way back out to really test the clarity on these flowers here. Here we go. Right, so like I said, I'm around 2 meters away from these flowers, and now I'm going to start using that scroll wheel and start slowly zooming in. So first of all, this is mega view at 160 degrees. Now it's going to start going down the scale, and now I'm in linear, and then it punches in right at the end in narrow view, and that's now 80 degrees. So it goes from a maximum of 160 degrees right down to 80 degrees. And now I'm going to zoom all the way back. So that's gone from 80 degrees right back to the mega view at 160 degrees. And now this is going to be a great high dynamic range test with that sun bright lit behind me. So what did you think to that first zoom-in test there? Now, do keep your eye on if it does step emotions whilst zooming. That scroll wheel's really smoothing on the screen, it's really fluid and smooth. But I've tested this before, got back on the monitor, and it does step slightly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, so really keep an eye on that. And yet again, if it does step and it looks terrible, I'll be leaving it in. Real world testing, I needed to see everything. So yet again, this is at the widest 160 degrees mega view. Now I'm going to scroll all the way down to that narrow view at 80 degrees. Here we go. Now it's in linear. Now it's pushed in all the way to the maximum at 80 degrees. And now let's zoom all the way back out to me at 160 degrees in that mega view. Now when you're wanting to use the zoom on the X5, you've got to go into Instaframe 2.0 or you'll not be able to find it or use it. Now you can't zoom in manually like I'm doing today through the screen or through this selfie stick on the 360 mode there. You can only do that in post. Now with the Instaframe 2.0 that you're viewing today, you'll notice it's a flat profile there, and that's the only way that you can use that zoom. So now I'm stood approximately 2 meters away from this post box, and it does look like it's leaning. That's because it is. It's on a slope here. Keep your eye on the horizon at the back, that's straight. Just thought I'd tell you that. So now we're at 160 degrees. Let's push all the way to that narrow 80 degrees. And at the beginning it'll become usable, and as it breaks past the linear, it becomes grainy. So see if you can make out that small wording on the box. And now I'll push back to the 160 degrees. So like I said earlier, I've done plenty of zooming tests with all sorts of cameras. And when you're starting to zoom digitally like you're seeing today, it really does fall to pieces after say 2 times. It doesn't say 1 times to 4 times on this, it just gives you that 160 degrees mega view, then linear, then narrow. But judging what I'm seeing today, from that mega view down to that narrow, it looks like it's pushing in 4 times. And I do find when using digital zooms, no matter what the resolution, you really can push up there to 2 times. After 2 times, it really does fall to pieces. So keep an eye out for that today. Right, some more flowers now, we're done them. There's a large pub over here. I'll stand around 50 meters away. Again, let's zoom all the way in and back out to test out the clarity. Here we go. Right, so like I said, I'm around 50 meters away from the pub. 100, this is 160 degrees field of view. Now I'll start slowly zooming in. That's to the maximum narrow 80 degrees. Now I'm going to pull back to me at 160 degrees mega view. Did it all together? I suspect not, as it got over halfway. So that's the mega view at 160 degrees. Now let's start the scroll wheel. Let's just jump to linear right now at 100 degrees. And now pushed in all the way to that narrow 80 degrees. I should imagine that's very grainy. On the back of the compressed screen it looks usable, but I know from experience that that'll be grainy. And that's all the way back at 160 degrees, which I know is very usable. So now I'm around 15 meters away from the store opening times. So again, let's try out that zoom on this one. Here we go. So let's start zooming in all the way to that narrow view from 160 degrees here. So that's fully punched in at 4K 30. Once again, it's a bit grainy on the back, so I can imagine this is really grainy right now on a larger monitor. Now let's pull back to that 160 degrees. So how are you finding the zooming up to now on the X5? Now don't be too hard on the X5, because after all it is a digital zoom and we haven't got 8K there, we've only got that 4K. So obviously it's not going to be as good as if it were in 8K. But like I said, don't be too hard on it, because after that, say 2 times, which is in the linear field of view at 100 degrees, it does start to fall to pieces. But like again, real world testing, I'm going to keep everything in for you. Now I'm going to go for a long shot. That fence right at the back's around 100 meters away. So let's start zooming into that one. Again, as I'm looking, it looks all smooth and fluid on the screen with no jumps or stutters. So I'm hoping that's the same when I get back and edit. But I'm about 80% sure that it's not going to be fluid all the way, all the time. So I did that handle 80 degrees right back to 160 degrees. And I'm going to be doing shots like this today with that sun's behind me, because I really like to test out the dynamic range on all the cameras that I've got. And if you've noticed, I've got no external microphone on like I did at the beginning when I started the video. That's because I like to test out the onboard microphone as well on the X5. And this is set to that wind reduction strong, which is the one by default, because I think Insta360 know that that's the best and the clearest audio. So now I'm going to head over to Bolsover Castle to mix up the zooming subjects. We'll get close up to some brickwork to really see the differences there, and then there's going to be some large panoramic views. Now do keep in mind when you're zooming in at long distances with digital zooms, especially when I get to that 80 degrees narrow field of view, it's as though the world's going to turn into Minecraft and Tetris, as it's really going to fall to pieces. But yet again, I'll leave it in for you so you can really see that. Now with the X5 you can have the option there to have a backup 360 file, but when doing so you can only film in 1080. What you're seeing right now is 4K, so make sure you switch that off, because if you keep it on, like I said, you can only get 1080 in this flat profile. So when you're inside Instaframe 2.0 on the X5, and that's what you're seeing right now, the flat profile, obviously it's not a 360 degree view you're seeing right now. So you're viewing the flat 4K 30 profile, and what's cool about this, you can also do a barrel roll whilst it's recording. So as you can see, I'm turning upside down right now, I'm defying gravity. And then you can also rotate the camera 360 degrees, that's where it's utilising the camera on the front and the back. So with those options in 4K 30, you can really get some creative shots. So now I'm in the castle grounds, and this is where this 360 rotation really comes in handy. And now I'll continue with the zooming test. So this is 160 degrees mega view. And now I'll scroll down to linear and then stop. And now I've stopped at linear at 100 degrees. Is that usable? And now I'll push in all the way to Minecraft. As you can see, that's looking like Tetris in Minecraft. It's not really looking that clear on the back of the compressed screen, so on a bigger monitor, I suppose, that's going to be Minecraft. And now I'll pull all the way back to the mega view at 160 degrees. And now I'm going to make my way up on the wall walk which surrounds the castle. And there's a little doorway here with some steps. So I'm now going to hit that barrel roll and get a creative shot. When I go up there, here we go. And now I'm on top of the wall walk, I can use that 360 degree rotation. As you can see, that's a great place to showcase it, as you get everything in the scene, as you get everything in the shot. So now I'm around 50 meters from the castle. That's at mega view 160. I'll just go all the way this time. Are you seeing any shakes and steps in that as it's getting closer? And that's the narrow view at 80 degrees. Now I'm pulling back to that mega view. Now this is really going to test out the zoom, especially down at the 80 degrees narrow view. Now let's start zooming. And that's at the maximum narrow 80 degrees. Is that usable? Probably not. And now let's pull back to the mega view. Right now I'm going to go inside the castle to mix it up a bit. Let's do some zooming indoors to really test out that sensor as well as the zooming function. So this 360 view is quite good, apart from the disco flickering lights. As without turning the camera, I can just hit that and carry on walking to really give you a feel of where I am. And then once more I'll do it in this room. So that really does come in handy. Actually, now I've been playing with this 360 degree rotation. I'm actually getting quite obsessed with it. As you can see, I'm in here vlogging. I can then just hit that whilst vlogging still, and you get to see exactly everything in this room. Pretty handy. So now I've hit that 360 barrel roll, that's going to look quite creative. And then in this room it'll be great to use because I want you to see everything that surrounds me whilst I'm vlogging. In complete silence there. Now I'll zoom in on that chair, centre frame. Again, that looks a little bit unusable on the screen. And now I'm about 50 centimetres away from this model of the castle. Now let's start zooming in. Even on the back of the small screen, that looks really grainy and unusable. So let's narrow 80 degrees. I think we're proving today, just before linear, it gets a little bit usable, but after that, it just falls to pieces. And now I'll make his way back out, as it's a really nice day, so let's get some more zoom in on the front of the castle. So that's mega view at 160. That's pushed in all the way to the narrow, 80. And then all the way back. So if you turn the dial rather rapidly, it'll go to the linear, which is next. And then do it one more time, it'll go straight to narrow. So you just quickly turn it left. And again, you can toggle through the 3 field of views there. So I'm done filming with these zooming tests today on the X5. And now that you've seen all those field of views, right from that mega view at 160, then to the linear at 100, and then right at the end there, that narrow view at 80. What's your thoughts on that? Now, in my opinion, I wouldn't use a digital zoom at all, as it's not really usable. You may as well just film in either 4K or 8K and then crop in where needed. I'd never use it and punch right in there, and I would absolutely never use that narrow view, as when it gets past linear, as you've seen today, it really just falls to pieces. And then the opposite to that, when you've got something close, let's just say 1 or 2 meters away, it's not too bad up to that linear, but then again, when you push past that 100 degrees, it starts to drop to pieces, and then when you hit that 80, it really does look terrible. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel, as there's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon, especially with testing out any latest action cameras there from DJI or Insta360, along with all the other accessories and updates. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.